What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some amazing battles submitted to the channel by a fellow content creator in the community, PurpleKyogrePvP. So shout out to him. Thank you for sharing these battles with us, and this battler reached legend.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Finally!
Alright, getting into this first battle here, we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Obstagoon. So a pretty nice matchup here on the lead, considering the Poison Fang will really start to add up the damage that Poison Jabs will be doing, and there's really no need to bait. You can just keep throwing these Poison Fangs right here. So we'll have to see how the opponent decides to adjust. Now, all these battles are done in Open Ultra League as well. That's just something to note, as that is an XL Alolan Ninetales and an XL Scrafty. So we do see a swap out now into Alolan Muck, which means the Scrafty is going to come in. This is a very favorable matchup right here, as the Alolan Muck, right, is going to be doing resisted damage with Dark Pulse, but I'm guessing it's going to be Acid Spray, which does come through, so we're not going to see any shields right there. Scrafty as well can just go for the power-up punches right here, really start ramping up its damage and look to commit to the farm down and put a lot of pressure on that Obstagoon that might be coming back in. Now this is actually going to be a bit closer, because this Muck is going to keep throwing acid sprays right here, which means poison jabs are really going to start adding up. So let's see how this plays out. The Alolan Muck might opt to shield here on this second power-up punch. No, they decide to let it go. So this is going to be a race between counter. Oh, the opponent did they lag? No, the damage came through, so this is actually very close right here. It looked like the Alolan Muck lagged, but the damage from Poison Jab came through. Or maybe they did. It's tough to call, but it's Go Battle League. It lags all the time. Alright, so we got, oh man, Obstagoon decides to come back in, gets shredded down to the red, and we may see Alolan Ninetales now come in, or they might just bring in the Nidoqueen. They decide to bring in the Nidoqueen, and we see a Cresselia in the back. This is very favorable for them, as we will see a Poison Jab come through to apply that debuff, and then probably just stay in this matchup, honestly. The Nidoqueen can just keep throwing Poison Jabs right here, keep lowering the defenses, and Alolan Ninetales is going to close out this game very nicely for them. So Grass Knot doesn't do too much damage right there. They're going to build up to the Earth Power and then go for another Poison Fang. This is going to apply that pressure to the shield, as having the energy for Earth Power will warrant no shield right there from the opponent. They will be able to get to one more Poison Fang in time, but this is going to be a good first game. Nidoqueen, Alolan Ninetales, and Scrafty is an incredibly strong team, and there's really nothing the opponent can do right now. So there's probably going to be a no shield right here. Alolan Ninetales is going to come in and just sweep this game out. They have no idea. The opponent decides to swap into Obstagoon, but that's going to be basically game over. Unless this is a gunk shot right here, which I doubt it will be. But they're just going to go ahead and shield, and it's going to be a cross chop, which is fine. They can just farm down with Powder Snow, but they are going to decide to throw the Weather Ball right here. So this is going to be a good first game. A bit drawn out here towards the end, but that's because of the bulk from Cresselia. Right, but that is going to be a good game. Just fast move down. They still decide to throw the energy, so they're going to go ahead and shield right here. I guess technically the game is not over yet, but it's over. That's going to be a good game. Saving 2 shields for the next battle, but good first game right there. All right, let's go ahead and move into the next one. We have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Jellicent. So a tough lead matchup right here, as they're going to be doing resisted damage, and we do see a swap right away into Alolan Ninetales. Now the Jellicent is loading up on energy and not swapping out, which could be a tell that whatever's in the back might just be weak to Alolan Ninetales. Maybe it's going to be a Giratina. Let's see. They go ahead and throw the Bubble Beam and swap into a Snorlax right now. So Alolan Ninetales is locked and loaded with these Weather Balls. It's not going to do too much damage here to the Snorlax, but they do get a shield as well. The Dazzling Gleam would have really hurt, and they're going to go ahead and go for the Dazzling Gleam now. This is going to do a lot of neutral damage in this matchup, and with the desync from the Switch Clock as well, we might be able to see Scrafty come in and load up on energy if they decide to go that route. Here comes the first charge move from the Snorlax, probably just going to be a Body Slam, which it is. Able to survive right there, able to get to one more Weather Ball as well, and this is where we may see a swap out, or they may just try to win the race to the next charge move. No shield on the Snorlax. They're going to go ahead and go for the double Body Slam, which is looking to be fine for PurpleKyogre right here, as they can bring back in that Nidoqueen to farm down for energy and apply a debuff there to that Jellicent that's most likely going to be coming back in. Or they may be looking to go for the Earth Power. Looks like he's going for the Earth Power right here. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and go for that Earth Power for neutral damage, and then we might see a swap into this Scrafty. It all depends on what's going to be in the back, but they were very hesitant to bring anything into the Alolan Ninetales, which means whatever's in the back might also be weak to Scrafty right here. So Bubble Beam's going to be lowering the attack, and we do see an Obstagoon in the back. It was definitely weak to a Alolan Ninetales and a Scrafty. Now, both of these Pokemon are taking super effective damage because of their dark typing, but Obstagoon is part normal typing as well, so counters are doing way more damage to it. Along with the power-up punch boost from Scrafty, this is looking to be a good game. Scrafty is going to go ahead and sweep this one. So in that first game, we saw Alolan Ninetales just clean house, and in this one, Scrafty is going to take it. Able to shield the cross chop right there and farm down. Now, Jellicent still has some loaded energy, but they're going to have enough energy here on Scrafty to likely go for 2 foul plays, as this Jellicent is probably rocking with Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball, which means there's going to be no Ice Beam to KO right here. I could be completely wrong, and we may be surprised, but nah, it's just going to be another Bubble Beam, which this foul play should do a decent enough amount of super effective damage, even though they are debuffed, in order to take it out, and that is going to be a good first game. A bit of a freeze right there, but they go ahead and swap in Nidoqueen. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. So maybe a little bit of phone lag right there, but that's all right. Good second game right there. Tough lead loss, but able to completely turn it around. All right, moving into this next battle, we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Dragalge. So Dragalge really needs to be watching out for the Earth Powers right here, while the Nidoqueen needs to watch out for those Aqua Tails. It's going to be a game of chicken. Who's going to shield the first charge move here? And if he can get a shield with Poison Fang, that is going to be so ideal here for the Nidoqueen. No shield, though, from the Dragalge, which is very unfortunate. And this is where the tides are going to start turning, literally, with Aqua Tails. As you can see, it's doing super effective damage. Now, they're going to try to get to that Earth Power, but they won't be able to in time, so Nidoqueen is going to go ahead and throw up that shield. Now, this is going to come down to this Earth Power or the Poison Fang. They're going to opt to go for Poison Fang right here. This might just get the shield, but if they do another no shield, that is going to be very unfortunate. They do get the shield right there, which is beautiful. Now it's going to be a race to the Earth Power. They do get to it in time, so this is going to be one-shotting Dragalge with that debuff and the super effective damage, or get the final shield. It gets the final shield, so Dragalge is going to go ahead and commit to the farm down. So all shields are gone, but they can come in with Alolan Ninetales, and we see a swap into Politoed. Interesting choice. Going to be able to get the Dazzling Gleam off, and they have to be concerned about what is in the back as well. So let's see here. Dazzling Gleam does a lot of neutral damage, but Politoed only really applies a lot of pressure with Earthquake and Weather Ball right here. So let's see. Oh, it is the Earthquake right there for a good chunk of damage, but honestly not too much. They're deciding to stay out with keep Scrafty on the back line as well, instead of coming in and loading up with energy. So the Weather Ball does land, and we do see them get to one more Dazzling Gleam. This is going to be taking out Politoed, and we still don't know what that final Pokemon is going to be, but hopefully the Scrafty right here will be able to handle it. Dragalge might just be coming back in to throw that Aqua Tail right away, as it does have a decent amount of loaded energy. No, it's going to be a Stunfisk, so Scrafty's coming in and loading up on energy. Dragalge is going to be throwing its charge move right here. If this is a Gunk Shot, that's going to be a huge land, but no, it's just going to be an Aqua Tail, which doesn't do too much damage. Scrafty is going to go ahead and take a beating from these Aqua Tails, as it really needs to be looking out for the Earthquake from the Galarian Stunfisk, and we do see a Power-Up Punch now come through. This is a good timing of the Power-Up Punch as well, so that they can farm down before one more Aqua Tail comes through, and that way they have loaded energy versus Galarian Stunfisk in the back with the boost as well. So they're going to go ahead and go for one more Power-Up Punch, and now this is going to be a race, as Galarian Stunfisk is XL and still extremely bulky and can spam charge moves very quickly, but hopefully they can get to that foul play in time. I think a foul play is going to do enough neutral damage to close this one out. So they're going to go ahead and shield that first charge move. It is a Rock Slide shield bait, which is what the opponent had to go for, but this foul play now should do enough neutral damage. So Scrafty able to close this game out just like game 2, looking very, very strong. That's going to be a good battle, very well played. All right, Moving into this next one, we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus Cresselia. So we saw what Nidoqueen could do to Cresselia before. It's just going to be constantly spamming Poison Fangs and doing a ton of damage overall, while Grass Knot doesn't do too much. Now, they need to watch out for a potential Aurora Beam Cresselia, which do exist. But let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and no-shield the first charge move, likely just going to be the Grass Knot, which it is. Doesn't do too much damage right there. And we do see a swap into Giratina Altered. So here comes the Alolan Ninetales. This is a very nice matchup, unless there's an Ancient Power here on Giratina. No, it's just going to be Shadow Snake, so it doesn't do too much damage. If there was that Ancient Power, the potential boost from it, along with the super effective damage, could really turn the tides of battle. Common phrase for this video, I guess. We're saying turn the tides. But Alolan Ninetales is obviously looking very strong right now in this matchup, as it's doing super effective damage with those Ice-type moves. Now, we don't know what that final Pokemon is going to be, but honestly, Scrafty's probably going to have a good time right here. So here comes the next Weather Ball. Most likely going to be taking it out. Yeah, it does take out the Giratina Altered. They want to save those shields for Cresselia and whatever they have in the back, hoping that maybe Alolan Ninetales was the only counter to a dragon. So maybe we see another dragon in the back, but we aren't too sure just yet. But Alolan Ninetales has enough health left and enough energy that it can really start to chunk the HP of Cresselia. But Cresselia decides to throw right away, and this Grass Knot should be enough to take out the Alolan Ninetales. Now, we're going to see the Nidoqueen come back in, throw the Poison Fang right away, wanting to force this Cresselia out of the battle. As we know, over time, Nidoqueen is going to be taking this one with the constant damage from Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs. And there we have it. We see a Swampert now come in. This is very dangerous territory, though, as Swampert can get to Hydro Cannons extremely quickly. So the Nidoqueen is going to have to shield right there. Got a bit greedy building up to the Earth Power, but hopefully it pays off by going for a Poison Fang right here, getting the shield, which it does. Now the Scrafty can come in, and counters are really going to be adding up along with power-up punches. Not only is Scrafty boosting its own attack, but the defenses fell already from Swampert with that Poison Fang. So things are looking very, very good here for PurpleKyogre, as it's going to take quite a few Hydro Cannons in order to take down the XL Scrafty, because it's just that thick. Oh, they go for the Earthquake right there, so this is definitely going to be a close one. They do get another power-up punch off, though, so this might force that final shield here from the Swampert. Let's see how this plays out. They do get the final shield. It's going to come down to the wire. Can they farm down in time? Yes, they can. Swampert goes down. Cresselia comes in with loaded energy, but this is going to be a good game. They go ahead and shield the Grass Knot, and now it's just going to be a race to that next charge move, and Scrafty's able to get to the foul play. But the opponent does decide to surrender right there, so that is going to be a good game. Alright, moving into this next one, we have Nidoqueen versus Empoleon on the lead. Obviously a very tough lead matchup, and we will see a swap right away into Alolan Ninetales, which is even, I think, might be a more of a tough matchup. That is a very interesting play right here, coming into the mirror matchup. But this is actually a Charm Alolan Ninetales, which really works out here for them, as that might be the only hard counter to Scrafty, which means Scrafty might have a very good time endgame. So let's see how this plays out, especially if there's a Giratina Altered in the back. They're going to go ahead and go for the Dazzling Gleam here for neutral damage, and it lands. That is huge right here. They can easily flip this mid-game matchup. They are going to go ahead and go for the shield, and this is going to come down to the wire of Charm versus Powder Snow and Weather Ball. Let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead and throw the Weather Ball. They are one fast move away in this mid-game from getting to 2. This one should be getting the shield, which it does. This is going to come down the wire. They do get... No! They go down to Charm! That is so unfortunate right there. Alright, Nidoqueen's going to have to come back in and farm down. We're going to see that Empoleon now come back into this positive matchup, but it's all going to be about what is in the back. Let's see, is it going to be Giratina Altered? No, it's going to be another Charmer! Oh my gosh, Empoleon double Charm. That is so rough to face off against. Now, this battle is not over. You guys know the power of Nidoqueen. It has access to Earth Power as well, which does super effective damage. So this is going to come down to the wire, everyone. Nidoqueen needs to absolutely load up on energy, and we may just see a shield right here. It depends on how much damage they're gonna want to take. Oh, it was the Psychic, not the Meteor Mash. That is so unfortunate. They're going to go ahead and farm down. Let's see if they can get the Poison Fang shield bait. No, they're going to go straight for the Earth Power right here. Hopefully this lands. If not, I think that's going to be a good game. No, it does get the shield right there. That is unfortunate. Oh, tough one. Tough one right there. But Empoleon double Charm is very tough for this team to handle and not able to get to the Earth Power in time. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving to this next one, we got Nidoqueen versus Jellicent, another tough lead matchup right here. So we will see a swap straight away into the Alolan Ninetales like we saw in a previous matchup, and they're deciding to stay in again with this Jellicent, which tells us whatever's in the back might be weak to Scrafty as well. Here comes the Bubble Beam, lowering the attack right there, and we do see a Talonflame. I'm surprised Talonflame didn't come in right away, as Alolan Ninetales has 2 Weather Balls already locked and loaded, and because of that flying typing right here, this is going to do neutral damage, the fire flying typing, I should say. They have 3 Weather Balls now, so this is really going to start adding up. We do get a bit of lag right there, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get to one more. No, here comes the Incinerate. They're going to go ahead and shield, as they are quite far ahead on energy, and they could potentially flip this mid-game around. Man, they're going to be able to spam 4 Weather Balls right here. This is looking very good. Who would have guessed Alolan Ninetales could flip a potential mid-game versus a Talonflame? They let it go! Alolan Ninetales is going to be able to get to another Weather Ball in time. This might just force the shield, or they will let the Talonflame go down. No, it does get the shield. Oh, this is so risky. Are they going to go for the double shield or just let it go? They're going to go for the double shield. They are risking it right now, and they do farm down with Powder Snow before the damage from Incinerate comes through, so able to flip that mid-game around. And can they get to the Dazzling Gleam in time? Yes, they can. Alolan Ninetales, flicking the hair, flexing its stuff as it took down a Talonflame in mid-game and gets 2 shields as well. That is beautiful. Scrafty now can easily come into this matchup, and we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. But again, this is just going to be a Bubble Beam. Oh, they decided to go for Shadow Ball. It doesn't do too much right there. And let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead and throw the Foul Play, but perfectly caught on a Scrafty in the mirror matchup. So this is going to be resisted because of the Dark Fighting typing, but Nidoqueen can easily come in right here and just keep throwing Poison Fang. So I think this is looking to be a good game. We saw the Bubble Beam, we saw the Shadow Ball, so there is no Ice Beam to take out Scrafty for the late game. So very good mid game right there with Alolan Ninetales versus the XL Talonflame. That was awesome to see, and my goodness, that was extremely risky. That came down to 1 turn of the cycle of the fast move of Incinerate, because if that damage registered through, Alolan Ninetales would have gone down. So we're just going to see another Foul Play come through. Nidoqueen is getting extremely low, but they are committing to the hard farm down. What a farm down. They're going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power right here, and they might just have enough energy for a Poison Fang as well. Let's see if they can get it. The Earth Power lands. They don't get the Poison Fang. They swap right away into Scrafty to catch the charge move. But this is just going to be a Bubble Beam, so it is going to be lowering the attack right there. But this is going to be a good game, very well played, as Bubble Beams, even though they are doing neutral damage, you can't stop the power of these Foul Plays, especially to an unshielded. Wow, okay, they have a lot of Bubble Beams. I was not expecting this. Jellicent might actually win this one now. Holy cow, how much energy did they have? All right, so here comes another Foul Play. I don't think this is going to be enough to KO after all those Bubble Beams. Yeah, it's not enough to KO. It's going to come down to the clock. Oh, able to get to the power-up punch in time, so I think this is going to do enough damage to take it out, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. Very close one right there at the end. I was not expecting that much energy on the Jellicent. All right, moving into this next battle, we got Nidoqueen versus Nidoqueen. Ooh, mirror fight. You love to see it, as whoever decides not to shield the Earth Power is gonna be regretting it. So this is gonna be a mind game. Buckle up, everyone. Here comes the first charge move. Do you shield or do you not? PurpleKyogre is calling the bait, and it's the Earth Power. That just does so much damage. That is so unfortunate. They're gonna go ahead and go for his own Earth Power right here. Man, these mirror fights, especially like Galarian Stunfisk mirrors as well, is so tough. Another no shield. We're booming at the beginning of this video. And here comes the Poison Fang. This is likely, I don't think they're going to shield this. It is going to be resisted. Yeah, they decided to let it go. And here comes a Poison Fang from the opponent as well. So it's looking to be saving the shields, letting whoever win this lead, let them win. It's going to come down to the IVs right here. And they... Oh! PurpleKyogre gets the Poison Fang in time. Will we see a shield for switch advantage? No. They're going to go ahead and let it go. So we do see Obstagoon come in. Are they going to bring in the Scrafty? Yeah, they're going to go ahead and bring in the Scrafty and just start chunking away. Power-up punch as well. May just force a shield here from Obstagoon. But let's see how this plays out. No shield right there, actually. They're going to opt to throw their own cross chop right here. And we might just see a swap out now. So it all depends on what is going to be in the back. It's going to be a Scrafty in the back. So here comes the Alolan Ninetales. So things are looking very, very good. But Scrafty can actually handle, because this is not Charm, Scrafty can handle with power-up punches right here, the Ice Fairy typing. It can do neutral damage, and if this Scrafty gets out of control in terms of its power-up punches, it may be bad news bears for PurpleKyogre in the endgame. But let's see. They decided to let that Weather Ball go through. That might just have been a mistake, as these Weather Balls can really start adding up. So another power-up punch comes through, and this is where Scrafty starts getting out of control. If it decides to double shield right here, things are not going to be looking good for PurpleKyogre, as it's already 2 power-up punches up. There's the first shield. Here comes another power-up punch. This is going to be very troublesome. He's got to let it go. He's got to try to get to this next Weather Ball, which he does just in time, and now he's forced to swap out into Scrafty, as he cannot allow it to farm him down. Here comes the swap, going into the mirror fight. It's going to come to the power-up punch, and he gets to it in time, but is this going to be enough damage right here? Can the opponent Scrafty survive? Yes, it can, but able to counter down. This is going to come down to the wire. Scrafty versus Obstagoon, and Scrafty is able to take it right there in that battle. Very close one. All right, moving to this next one, we got Nidoqueen versus Obstagoon on the lead. Nice lead matchup. Honestly, Obstagoon really doesn't have too much play against this whole team, which is very favorable when you're going into the Open Ultra League, as a lot of battlers will be using it. We see the first Poison Fang comes through, gets a no shield from Obstagoon, as they know it is going to be that Poison Fang. No shield as well on the Nidoqueen to start this game out. So let's see if there's a boost. No boost right there. And let's just see if they decide to stay in as well. Here comes another Poison Fang. This is where we're going to start seeing the shields on Obstagoon if they want to take out this Nidoqueen. But they're deciding to let it go. And here comes the next Night Slash. I think Nidoqueen can farm down before we see a third Night Slash here from Obstagoon on the lead. Otherwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, able to just get to it in time. So Nidoqueen will have to shield right here. But it is loaded on energy. So looking to give up shield advantage in order to take switch advantage with energy. We see a Politoed now come in. We're going to go ahead and see the first Poison Fang come through. What's great is this does neutral damage in the matchup instead of against Swamperts, and it may just get a shield. No, they decided to let it go. They're going to go ahead and go for double Poison Fang right here, and we might just see a swap out now into, they might go into Scrafty or, nope, they're deciding to stay in. Okay, just chunking with damage from Nidoqueen, and Politoed has to throw the Weather Ball in order to take it out. And this is where things start getting dangerous for the opponent, as Scrafty's going to come in, and we will see Galvantula in the back. Uh-oh. So here comes the foul play, and it's all going to be a matter if they can land these foul plays, as if the opponent successfully shields it, tides could be turned. That's 3 times now for Galvantula. So here comes the first foul play. It lands. That is beautiful. Politoed is low. Scrafty just needs to get to this next power-up punch in order to try to force a shield from the opponent. And Alolan Ninetales should be able to close this game out. They do get a shield right there. That is huge for Alolan Ninetales versus the Politoed in the back. Here comes the next lunge right here, as it's going to be doing neutral damage. But is it going to be enough to take it out? No. Oh, yeah. Scrafty did go down, but Alolan Ninetales is going to try to farm down. They're going to have to give up a potential shield right here. No, he's going to let it go. It is going to be the discharge, which lands for a decent amount of neutral damage. We do see Politoed now come in, but thankfully Politoed is low enough from the Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs where Weather Balls, even though they will be resisted, might just do enough damage to close this game out. Here comes the first Weather Ball. Politoed is going to have to shield it. It does shield it, and there's going to be a race. Do they get to it? They do get to it in time. Hopefully this is enough damage to take it out, but that is looking to be a good game. Very well played. Politoed survives, though, and is able to get off the Weather Ball. Alolan Ninetales might just be able to hang on and farm down, and it's going to be a matter if Galvantula had any little bit of extra loaded energy in the back. No, they decided to surrender, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into this next one, we got Togekiss on the lead. You love to see it. Here we go. The opponent surrendered, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played right there. Oh, man. So PurpleKyogre able to hit Legend. What a final battle. What a great game. I'm sure the opponent was just so tired of seeing counters to Togekiss on the lead, so able to go 5-0 in that final set and hit Legend, which is amazing to see. So huge congratulations, PurpleKyogre, on reaching Legend.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Finally!
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.